Yeah, we got to clean those up. I feel like we moved the ball well kind of throughout the season, and it's kind of getting into that point where you get into the fringe area where whether it's a penalty, whether it's a turnover, and it just stalls and kills drives. It's unfortunate. We got to look at the tape and figure out ways to get better, but that's definitely something that we have to fix.
And then the second half, not as able to move the ball. What changed there? Were you do anything different? Or?
No, they did a good job. I mean, we made a couple of third downs, but for the most part, we just didn't execute some of the stuff. I took a bad sack. Should have thrown the ball away, give us a chance to maybe go for it on fourth. But all in all, you got to give credit to them. They played well in the second half.
What was the game plan to go in to try to slow them down? And how did you guys feel you did lose the first game?
I thought we came out well. I thought our guys battled, and at the end of the day, when you're not converting our drives against this type of team, it's tough because they'll get going. And I thought our defense did a great job of holding it off and making plays, creating turnovers. We just didn't do our part on offense.
What was sort of the mood in the locker room at halftime? In the first half you guys had, and then what was it like after?
Yeah, the mood was good. I think for the most part, like I said, we were moving the ball. Defense created turnovers. We just weren't able to finish drives, but we felt like we were kind of getting things going. And unfortunately, we just didn't kind of sustain that momentum. Again, those are things that we'll have to look back on and see what we can fix. But I like the way that we started today. I thought that's something that we can build off of, and looking forward to how we can do better next week.
Obviously, it wasn't enough, but what did you think of that McLaurin touchdown catch?
Oh, sick. Anytime you give Terry a chance, man, he's going to make a play. Even on that third down, to get his body in bounds on that was pretty ridiculous. And he's a huge boost for us on offense. So the more that we get him involved and get him going again, it's going to help us out.
Right as you get him going, you lose the game, but it looks like you may have re-injured the quad. Do you trust other guys? Was that a bit demoralizing to have guys help lead the way out?
Yeah, I mean, again, we'll have to kind of wait and see what that looks like. But however we can get Terry out on the field, I think is important for us.
Hey, Marcus, I know you all had a little bit of movement on the offensive line there, and we had to go out. So what can you say about the offensive line play? Just immediate reaction right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think BC came in and played well. That's not an easy position to be in at any spot, regardless of the offensive line. And when you're playing a defensive front like this that creates movement, does a lot of games and twists, I thought he came in and held his own. And I thought, all in all, our guys up front did a good job. Like I said, I took a bad sack on that third down, but for the most part, I thought they did a good job of holding their own.
Was there any sense before the game that Laramie was maybe a little off with the injury, or this happened in the game?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's probably a question for him. Yeah.
You guys didn't have a kicker till 5 hours before kickoff. Did that change the plan? I mean, just going for it?
I don't think necessarily. I really felt like we were going to have to be aggressive today, and it seemed like that was the mindset all week. Probably a better question for DQ than me, but I like being able to have that in our pocket where we are aggressive. I like having 4 downs and where you don't feel like you have to get it every single time on third down. Unfortunately, we just didn't convert those 4th downs to keep the drives going. But like I said, I thought our guys did a great job of moving the football, and we'll look back on it and see where we can improve.
On the 1 down to Terry, what were you expecting?
Yeah, that was just a miscommunication on my part. Could have overemphasized what route I wanted, especially in that look. Just with the pressure and them bringing 0, I just thought I could get a chance with him one-on-one. But again, like I said, I can do a better job of communicating so that we're all on the same page.
How big was the emphasis on you running in this game?
It was, again, it kind of mixed it in. I feel like that's a big part of what I do. So being able to do that and create opportunities in the run game was good. I thought Cliff did a good job of kind of mixing those things in, and we made some plays here and there with that.
You guys kind of got away from the run in the second half. How much of that was just how the game was unfolding?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, kind of a combination of both, I would say. You don't want to get to a point where you're chasing points, but you also know you got to go and make some plays. And at the end of the day, I thought Cliff did a great job of calling the game. We just didn't execute when we needed to.